matter of fact, it was.
I hope everyone is doing alright. This is a tag that's been going around that I thought I would take a crack at. 10 wow moments from the movies. These are not in any order and are particular to me and my experiences as a film fan. Let's get into it. Number 1, David Lynch's Lost Highway from 1997. I love trippy films and this one is just mad. I remember coming out of the cinema, stumbling and blinking into the street, feeling dazed and confused. My head was just battered. So the wow moment I've picked that just blew my mind was when Bill Pullman is at a party and a creepy ass looking Robert Blake walks up to him. All the background sound disappears and the mystery man says,
"We've met before, haven't we?"
Where was it you think we met?
At your house, don't you remember?
Are you sure?
Of course. As a matter of fact, I'm there right now.
What do you mean you're where right now?
At your house.
That's fucking crazy, man.
fucking crazy is right.
Call me. Dial your number. I told you I was here.
How'd you do that?
Ask me.
How'd you get inside my house?
You invited me. It is not my custom to go where I am not wanted.
Who are you?
Give me back my phone.
His voice at times reminds me of the possessed Reagan from The Exorcist, Freaky. The film is so good. If it wasn't so badly paced and was maybe 20 minutes shorter, it would be in my top movie list for sure. Number 2, speaking of trippy, next we have Jacob's Ladder 1990, directed by Adrian Lyne. The wow moment are the scenes where Tim Robbins is plagued by demon visions. They are so different and affecting and in a weird way feel realistic. I can imagine demons being like that with their flappy movements. It's so unsettling. You only glimpse them and you are like, did I really see that? And Tim Robbins' reaction and emotional responses absolutely sell it. I don't know if I should tell you this, but in my youth I might have smoked a joint or two, and this one time, and I do not recommend this at all, we watched Jacob's Ladder and it was an out there experience watching it whilst high. But then we watched the deleted scenes, and there's quite a few, and they're not just talking scenes that were cut or trimmed down. There's plenty of demon action they took out because in the test screenings the audiences just couldn't take it. It was too much for them. I should have took note because I only know the English word for this, but I whiteyed. I monged out. My brain just short-circuited. It was a bad trip, man. Very bad.
Moving on.
Number 3 is Blown Away 1994, directed by Stephen Hopkins and starring Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones. It's not a brilliant film. I think Keanu Reeves' Speed from the same year, also about a mad bomber, is better, But the wow moment is at the climax of the film, which takes place on a massive ship that is docked in the Boston Harbor, which is rigged with explosives. When it detonates, we are treated to what is, in my opinion, the greatest explosion ever put on film. I watched that at the cinema and it literally blew me away. I won't show you the full clip, but if you click on the link over here somewhere, it will take you to my video entitled 90s Jeff Bridges versus Really Big Explosions. You can find it there. It's only about 5 minutes long. It's really good. Number 4 is Arlington Road from 1997, directed by Mark Pellington, starring once again Tim Robbins and once again Jeff Bridges. This is a fantastic, tense and exciting paranoia thriller with a wonderful twist. It is the reveal of said twist that is my wow moment. A brilliant scene that catches you off guard. Jeff Bridges thinks his neighbours are domestic terrorists plotting a heinous bombing. He attempts to foil their plans, but after a classic bit of slow motion 90s Jeff Bridges running to stop the explosion in exactly the same way he does in Blown Away, he realises too late he has been manipulated in the worst way. I won't show you the full clip, but if you click on the link over here, you can watch my video entitled 90s Jeff Bridges versus Really Big Explosions. You can find it there. It's really good. Number 5, Hard Boiled 1992, directed by John Woo and starring Chow Yun-fat. You may know I am a massive action fan, especially 90s over-the-top big action. Hard Boiled was my introduction to Hong Kong action, and my wow moment was pretty much every action scene in this film. I had never seen anything like it before. Every time I saw the super cool Chow Yun-fat with 2 guns in his hands shooting while he was sliding and jumping and rolling. Holy shit, dude, it was the coolest thing I had ever seen. Anytime anyone shot at anything, it would like fucking explode in a ball of flames. Shit man, they could shoot at a tree and the fucking tree would go boom. This was fast, adrenaline fueled, balletic, high octane action. I love that shit, man. Number 6, Raising Cain 1992, directed by Brian De Palma and starring John Lithgow. This is a fantastic, twisty, multiple personality chiller thriller. My wow moment comes when they realise Lithgow's character has a split personality. Kids are being abducted and one of his other personalities may know where to find these kids. So in an attempt to contact Lithgow's alternate personas, they hypnotise him. And that scene is sensational. The acting, the directing, it is mind blowing. I am mesmerised every time I watch it.
What's the matter?
She heard me.
Who heard you?
Margot. She's right behind you. Don't look. Shouldn't be talking to you.
How do you know she heard you?
She's staring right at me. Like I did something bad.
Who is Margot?
She protects the children. She won't let Bumsy hurt them like he hurt me. When he tried to take the children before, she called up the police and they stopped him.
She called the police?
Yes. But you said that he did it again.
Yes.
Oh boy. She won't just call the police this time.
What is she going to do?
I don't know. I gotta get out of here. Where is she?
Carter? Josh?
Raising Cain fucking rocks, my dudes. I'm telling you, check it out. Number 7, Exorcist 3, 1990, from writer-director William Peter Blatty. Another rockingly, blindingly brilliant film. The wow moment is pretty obvious. It is the hospital scene, the best scare of all time. It is a textbook example of how to create a terrifyingly intense scare scene. We get a long build up that gives us a couple of good enjoyable scares, and just when you start to relax and put your guard down, bam, the climax will leave you winded. I'm going to try not to spoil it because I want you to experience it if you haven't. It's unforgettable. Let me just say that the first few times I experienced this scene, my heart literally stopped with fear and I had to be resuscitated. Number 8, speaking of resuscitation, next is John Carpenter's 1982 masterpiece, The Thing. And the whole scene with the teeth and the head and the spider legs, you know what I mean. It is just amazing. Before YouTube blew up, this was the scene you wanted to show all your friends. You want to see something cool? Check this out. And it still holds up today. Number 9, Knowing, 2009, starring Nicolas Cage. All the disaster scenes are really great, but in particular the plane crash scene in this totally wowed me. And afterwards, when he is running through the wreckage and the scenes of people screaming and on fire, this is an exciting but shocking scene, so realistic. Number 10. I had a tough time picking one to round out the top 10, and what I have gone with is the 1991 film JFK. This is my favourite Oliver Stone film, and it's an incredible movie experience with one of the best casts in cinema history. My wow moment is a 15-minute dialogue scene in the middle of the film. It's not a scene where the actors are chewing up the scenery, there's nothing bombastic about it. It is just pure movie making and storytelling, meticulously crafted into a spectacularly emotional thrill ride of a scene. Kevin Costner plays DA Jim Garrison, who is investigating the Kennedy assassination. As he is putting the puzzle pieces together, he is being blocked and threatened and smeared at every turn in an attempt to cover up the truth of what really happened and the more important questions of who and why. He's contacted by Mr. X, played by Donald Sutherland, a government insider. We then get a fantastic dialogue-heavy scene that is absolutely riveting. Now, I love conspiracy thrillers, and this scene will leave you breathless with all the absorbing information that cranks up the paranoia. A simple exposition scene becomes a captivating tour de force of flawless filmmaking that implicates the central assassination of Kennedy to the CIA, the military-industrial complex, the mafia, the media, the generals, Mossad. It's simply a breathtaking scene that simultaneously anchors the unfolding mystery and ups the stakes and the ramifications moving into the second half.
In that document lay the Vietnam War.
I can't believe they killed him because he wanted to change things. In our time.
They've been doing it
in
all
our
through
country.
history. Kings are killed, Mr. Garrison. Politics is power, nothing more. Oh, don't take my word for it. Don't believe me. Do your own work, your own thinking.
It's worth noting that JFK was beaten out for Best Picture and Best Director by Silence of the Lambs. I submit to you fine people that in my opinion, JFK is the far superior film. That's my 10 wow movie moments, all pretty specific to me, I know. This one was a lot of fun. I will catch you guys in the flip-flop. Take care, and don't forget, horror lives matter. So long.
Happy trails
I hear you, Frank.